Mark Walton doing these days?
He's doing well.
Recovery.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's off crutches, and it was an injury that he'll do well with.
Yeah. Not able to do anything but kind of walk around, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's limping around, really. He's not quite got his normal gait yet, but he'll be fine.
In terms of how he's doing even mentally, have you had a chance? Because it's got to be so hard for him. I know he's dying to be out there.
He's good. Well, he knows he can. I mean, he knows, he just knows. Even the day it happened, it wasn't like it was the end of the world for him, which, you know, you think it might be for a guy who you perceive to love the game so much and know that he does, but he said the words, you know, that's football. And he knows that's part of it, and the injuries happen, and you know, he was thankful it wasn't anything that would really hurt you for the long term, so that was good news.
Why do you think your team was rewarded with number 2? Do you think it was showing that you could win? Even no, I mean, you know.
I don't know. I don't worry too much about it, to be honest with you. I guess they've been saying they've been cutting hairs on who's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 anyway. So I don't know their formula. I'm not trying to figure out what it is. I'm just trying to figure out how to beat Pitt. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
Last night, Kirk Herbstreit talked pretty passionately about Hard Rock Stadium. You know, obviously he was there for Virginia Tech and Notre Dame, but he was saying it's a different deal at night. Is that music to you?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I think the greatest compliment we got was the number 23 for Notre Dame after the game. He says the loudest stadium he's ever been in his career. He was a senior, I think, and he'd been to Ohio State, he'd been to Michigan, he'd been to probably Penn State, Michigan State, Southern Cal, wherever Notre Dame goes. You know, he's been there his whole career, and for him to say that's the loudest he's ever heard a stadium in his entire college career, that was a great compliment to our fans.
Has it even surprised you the way, you know, this town, we know how this town is. It's a pro town, it's a winning town, it's a bandwagon.
It's a winning town. It's a winning town. You know, we all know there's a bunch of wonderful things to do. I mean, look at us out here in, what are we in, November? Thanksgiving. It's almost Thanksgiving Day, and the palm trees are swaying, and it's about probably, what, 80 degrees and a nice breeze, and palm trees are flowing, and I mean, it's a great place to be. And you know, I'm just glad I'm here.
Can you talk about what? Yeah, I just wanted to ask what you're thankful for on the eve of Thanksgiving.
Always for you know, what God's done in my life through His Son Jesus, number 1. My wife, number 2. Our kids, number 3. And then, you know, I mean, our family and this program obviously is very thankful for the opportunity to be here and to have so many people working together to try to be great, and not caring who gets the credit. It's been a lot of fun.
Mark, how much have you enjoyed sharing this journey with John?
Oh, it's been great. John and I have a good time. Coach Dugans gets the most of it, because when we're looking at passing game thoughts, or you know, third downs, red zone, all that kind of stuff, we kind of split up a little bit into run game, pass game, and so it's John and myself and Coach Dugans a good bit of the day while we're planning, and we have a good time busting each other's chops, and Ronnie, you know, just gets to chuckle as he sees us, you know, interact. But I mean, even in the heat of the game, you know I can trust him. He does a great job of knowing what's going on upstairs. He can communicate it well to Malik and the quarterbacks. I mean, I appreciate the professional he is and the coach he is too. And you know, I didn't know how he was going to react. I wasn't going to make him call me coach, but you know, I mean, he calls me Pops around the office, you know, and I don't think anybody resents it in any way. But when it's time to be professional, we're professional. But you know, and there's light moments where we can just be father son, and it's great. And obviously having his wife Anna and you know, the baby here, or now she's not a baby anymore, Jaden, our granddaughter. It's awesome.
I'm not asking you to name them, obviously, but do you have in your head right now somebody who you might target as the next assistant coach you'd add on staff in January?
Oh, you know, I'm waiting. You know, I'm waiting to see what happens with everything, because staffs can change. You know, I don't want it to change. I want everybody to stay. I think we got a great thing going, and I'm hoping everybody wants to stick around. And if I knew 100% everybody to stay, I'd have a better idea of what I might do. But not knowing that, it may totally change the dynamic of what I need to bring in.
Not knowing everybody would stay, is that based on what people have told you, or just kind of how it goes every single year?
No, based on every year. I mean, I'm not trying to cause a firestorm. It's just coaching, you know. Sometimes coaches move on, sometimes they stay. When I was at Florida State, that staff stayed together, I don't know how many years. It might have been 12 years in a row, nobody budged, and we had unprecedented success. And you know, I think we have that type of staff here right now.
What do you think the biggest benefit will be to adding an extra coach?
I'm sorry?
What do you think the biggest benefit will be?
Well, just the player-coach ratio. I mean, the more coaches you have, especially full-time coaches that you have responsible for players, it's more coaches per kid. Just like in the weight room, if you have one coach coaching 12 guys at a time, that's tougher than if you have 2, 3, 4 guys. You do a better job when you can keep an eye on them.
You just talk about going undefeated, what it would mean to go undefeated, and how difficult it is at this level to
Right.
do
Well,
that.
undefeated regular season, you know, could happen Friday. That would be wonderful. It'd be not the first time for me as a coach, but as a head coach, it would be. And you know, that would be nice. I'm not against that. And I don't think many guys on our team have been on a team that's done that before. So it's very meaningful.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, gang. See y'all.